Hey guys, I'm back again with the next part. This is Bill's point of view of the Left 4 Dead reading. Everything will be linked down below. I'm gonna get to it because I have something to do and I want to finish this in a good amount of time. I wake up to the sound of the horn quickly, making my bed perfectly. I've been here 1,000 times before I had been honorably discharged due to my knee. I had come back to train our newest soldiers. I liked most of the kids that were coming through, but there's a fair share of people I didn't like. People like Richard Scaroni. He was familiar, but I couldn't quite place him. I walked around the room, inspecting each and every corner. I glared at a few trainees who hurried to fix things. I'd be nicer with them. I was only their first week, but they had to get the hang of things. I nodded to the group, and we all cleared to the training range. It was beginning to get light out, and the trainees filed into their lines. I stand at the front of them, putting my whistle around my neck. I observed their formatting before I yelled the first down. Immediately, they dropped to their push-up format, and I scanned the lines, making sure they were all holding the correct stance. Up, down, up, down. I walk along the lines, observing their form and shouting again, up. I stopped at Ricky. I watched as he did his push-ups, and it hit me. This was the asshole that dated my granddaughter, and when he turned 18, he moved away without so much as a goodbye. I wondered how she would feel about him being here. I continued making my rounds, and after a while, I let them all rest. After they got their drinks, I ordered them to begin the sit-ups. Sergeant Williams walks over, and I salute him. Morning, Bill. Good morning, Sergeant, sir. How are the trainees? They're doing great, sir. I haven't had any problems yet. Splendid. Have you told them about the test later? Not yet, sir. I plan to once they finish their physical training. Alright, remember, mess hall at noon, no later. Yes, sir. I salute him as he walks off, turning back to my group of recruits. Once they complete their physical training, I line them up and do roll call. I stop at Ricky, looking over at him. He stared straight ahead. He was one of the best we had, but he was an asshole. I continued down the line before walking back to the front, directing the trainees to the mess hall, informing them of the test they would be taking. Many stayed, so I allowed the others to walk past before I joined them. I had served in Vietnam, and when a bomb exploded, I was too close. Somehow I ended up with shrapnel in my knee, and it hadn't healed properly. I had been going for physical therapy, and one day the lady told me I needed to have it looked at. When I returned from Vietnam, I was discharged. I worked many dead-end jobs and found myself back here to train new recruits. In the mess hall, everyone was seated, and they were receiving puzzles and paper for their intelligence tests. A lot are gonna fail. Part of me hoped that Ricky would fail. He passed his entrance exam with flying colors, though, so I didn't see why he would fail the next level. I take my seat with the other drilled sergeants and watch the group take their surveys. There were a few women joining our ranks, but not many were willing to put in the effort required to join the army. An hour passes, and I feel tired. I should retire soon. I'm getting up there, and these jobs don't pay me enough. Well, I suppose I do. I don't really have much expenses. Maybe when I'm done here, I'll move in with Francis and his family. I don't know where my other son, Barney, went. He graduated high school and moved away. I heard he had a daughter with his... I'm stuttering. I heard he had a daughter with his girlfriend, Lillian, but I don't know what more happened to him. Finally, Sergeant Williams stands up and announces recruits have 5 minutes left to finish up the test. I spot Ricky sitting and staring at the walls. He looks mean, and I hope he and Zoe actually broke up. When the test was over, the group ate and was directed to the shooting range. I follow them outside, and they get their headphones and line up in the shooting range. They each get 5 minutes to hit the head, heart, and stomach, and once they're finished, the dummy would fall, recording their time. Ricky and a few others only took a few minutes, but some of the trainees took the entire 5 minutes. I made note of this before everyone was to hand off their guns to the next guy. Once training in the range was over, the group was assigned to cleaning the other weapons. Each recruit sat in straight rows, wiping things down from different parts of the gun. They worked quickly, reassembling the guns and placing them down. I nodded as I walked past each resting rifle, complimenting some of their skills. We eventually head to the mess hall for dinner, and my group lines up perfectly. When they're ordered for bed that night, many fall asleep. When I lay down in my bed, my knee hurts again, and I grit my teeth to try to ignore the pain. Why does it have to hurt so bad? I think this will be my last year training recruits. I love getting to know them and seeing the wonderful young men and women joining the army, but my knee is starting to hate me for it. I sigh as I close my eyes and fall asleep. 9 more weeks to go. The next few weeks to go past, and we're nearing April. Zoe's birthday will be coming up, and I decided to give her a call. I'll also tell her about Ricky. She surprisingly answered quickly. Hello? Hey, Zoe, how are you? I'm good, Grandpa. What about you? I smiled to myself. I miss her. I've been good. After these recruits are finished being trained, and once they're selected or sent home, I'll be leaving this place. I'm thinking about moving in, maybe after I get my knee looked at. That would be amazing. I would love to have you here, Grandpa. I'm sure Lizzie and Wade would too. Dad hasn't been around a lot lately, but Mom would appreciate your company. Francis always was a nut. I chuckled to myself. So I didn't know half of Francis. He's really something. He really is. He's something else. Oh, and that boy Ricky you were dating, are you two still together? No, why? She sounded bitter, but I understood why. He wasn't nice to her. He didn't treat her right, and then he'd move away without telling her it was over. He appeared single, but he doesn't talk to Zoe, so who knows what's really going on. Well, he's here, joining the army. I was shocked to see him. I thought he left you. He did, Zoe says solemnly. I didn't know he was joining the army, though. I'm not mad. He could have said goodbye, and he chose not to, so that's his fault. I don't care about him anymore. I smile. That's good. I'm proud of you, Zoe. Anyways, I wanted to say happy birthday in case I can't call you when it comes out. I'll mail you a card with money in it. Grandpa, you don't have to do all that. I'm making my own money now. I do too. I have to get you something for your birthday. And I haven't seen you in forever, so I don't know what you're interested in. Zoe laughs. Okay, Grandpa, if it helps you sleep tonight, it will. We share a laugh before I add, I'll be taking you out for your first drink when you turn 21. That's a big milestone, and I wouldn't want to miss it. I would definitely want you there, Grandpa. It would mean a lot to me. I wouldn't miss it for the world. That makes me so sad. I can't tell you why. I can't tell you why. But that makes me so sad. So sad. It, like, makes me want to cry. I smile, looking over at the mess hall. Dinner was almost over, and I spent my time talking to Zoe. I had a few more days to go, and a lot of the trainees were already picked out to stay. The list will be posted this Friday. Well, thanks, Grandpa. It was nice hearing from you. I hope you do decide to come stay with us. It would be so much fun to have you. I have to go. I'm about to head into work. I love you. I love you too, Zoe. I'll call you later. Later, Grandpa. She hung up, and I put the phone back into its holder. She was such an amazing young woman. I couldn't be more proud. I joined the others again before we went to bed, wishing those last 3 days would hurry up. In the morning, we went through the routine as usual. Many trainees hadn't gotten the hang of making the bed, and for some, I was upset to see them leave. I nodded to them all, allowing them to file out for breakfast before following along. We eat, and Sergeant Williams stands up. Good morning, everyone. I hope you all had a restful night, and I hope you're all already fairly aware of the fate you're going to receive. I was originally going to publish the list of our newest Army recruits on Friday, but some things have come up, so I have decided to share with you all where you're going. He pulls out a piece of paper and begins to read from the list. Ricky was on there near the end. This must be everyone who was staying. All those poor young kids, not knowing if they're staying or going. Many were on the edge of their seats. If I called your name, welcome to the Army. If not, you'll spend the last day or two of basic training packing to go home. Maybe one day we'll see you again. After breakfast, you can all clear out. Each and every man and woman saluted him before turning back to their food. I nudged him as he sat back down. Hey, how come boot camp was cut short? We have a little project to be discussing with the president. We can't have our new recruits being trained as we talk about it, or else he won't want to go through with anything. Bush is a wise man. I nod, agreeing with him. That he is. I began eating again, wondering what this project was that was so big. When everyone clears out of the mess hall, I go through the process of fitting the men and women who were staying into their new clothes. They were told to change, and their cool jackets, one of my personal favorite things I own from the Army, with their last names. Mine's old, and everyone wants me to get a new one, but I don't think I should. I really like the old look of it. It makes me feel special, too. Bill, you are special. You have a special spot in everybody's heart. When the line of people staying is narrowed, Sergeant Williams makes his way over to me. Bill, when you get a chance, put your hand on it. You don't gotta salute me. Anyways, when you get a chance, come by to my office. I have some things to tell you. Oh, okay. Yes, sir. I salute him, despite him telling me not to. He just nodded, then turned on his heel and marched away. Once everyone had their uniform, I walked over to Sergeant Williams' office. I knocked on the door, and he motioned for me to come in. I smiled at him, saluting as I walked in. Bill, we have something serious going on. Scientists are doing experiments to benefit the public, so we had to end the training early. Why don't we sit down and chat like adults? I pull out the chair and sit down, facing Sergeant Williams as he continues. Scientists want to put things into the food products people are eating to help them grow taller. They're a lot like hormones. They'll help the public and still being experimented with and change for the sake of the people and stuff. However, with this new experiment being put in the works, it's not just any regular scientists, it's our scientists changing things around. They're almost finished with the final result. That's where the president comes in. I nod. So you're saying that we have this experiment and that we will be putting things into food products to help the population grow taller. Sergeant Williams nods. Yes, the concoction will go into cows as they're being raised, and it will be in the flow of the beef that is sold in stores. Does it make sense? Yes, sir. Good. Anything else you need or want to say? I nod. Actually, sir, there is. I think I'm going to retire, or at least here. My knee's getting bad, and I have to have it operated on. Understood, Bill. You're free to go. It was an honor serving with you. It was an honor serving with you, too. I stand up and we shake hands. I'm going to miss this place, but I'm sure they'll miss me more. Cocky much? Just kidding. No, I love Bill. That's actually it for Bill. I feel like his was really short because his was just kind of like introductory. It didn't really have much information worth noting in it. But that's it for this video. I hope to see you guys next week where we go back into Zoe's point of view. Thank you for watching. Bye-bye.